Hello and welcome. My name is Kathy A, and today I thought I would do a special of Halloween treats, and I will make them for you. I finally got the ball and chain off. Well, my marriage aside, this is my Halloween costume, and I thought to celebrate one of my favorite holidays of the year, I would have a horror buffet for my coworkers. And I'll take you through each treat as I make it, and we'll show you how it looked when I set it all up. The first treat that we're gonna make is a real easy one and a fun one. And I saw it on Slapdash Mom. She is the one who I stole this recipe from. I thought it was awesome. It tastes good, it's easy to make, kids love to make it as well. They are the bloody Band-Aids. Okay, so first thing we'll need is a bag of sugar vanilla wafers, and these are the light colored ones, light colored. And I've got about, you can do 20 to 24 here. We also have some Seedless Strawberry Jam, which I think works really well. And I put that in here so it's easier to apply it. We also need some white frosting. You can use the kind in the tube, or you can use this stuff here, or you can homemade your own. It really, you don't need to fuss over this. This is just from the Dollar Tree, so pretty good deal. All right, so the first step is to take your spatula and then just take one cracker here, or one cookie, and I'm just going to make a little square of color in the middle here. Just let it settle down a little bit. I'm going to take just a little dip, tiny little dip. I'm going to stick it right in the middle so it looks like a used Band-Aid. Isn't that cute? So you can see, you know, it's kind of, you can display them. I put a little bit of cheesecloth in a pan. I put some red tape on here, and you can just display them right in here with some Band-Aids here and like that. I'll finish them up and I'll show you the end result. Yummy! So taking some of that leftover frosting from the bloody bandages, I'm just going to add some green food coloring to it, and we're going to make Frankenfingers. So now we have some leftover frosting, and what I'm going to do is our next project, which are Frankenstein fingers. Now these take a few ingredients. First of all, a little food coloring. We're going to put this into that same leftover frosting from our first project. And then I got this really cute assortment of sprinkles that are Halloween oriented. You could use any of the colors, but I think that this black is kind of nice because I think when you put it over the top it looks like they have like dirty hairy fingers. Anyway, so we have some sliced almonds. which I think I have about 20 here. And I just cut almonds in half. And we have some Pretzel Rods, the big ones. Doesn't matter what brand. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to start first with putting a little bit of green food coloring into this frosting and mixing it up. Makes a nice green color, kind of like Frankenstein fingers. And I think just a little goes a long way with food coloring, as you know. Yeah, pretty color, really good. All right, I'm going to open our bag. So for these, we've got frosting, and just frosting the pretzel. I like to use the upper 2/3 at least. Make sure it's all coated nicely. This is a great color. I like this frosting. All right. All right. And now we're gonna take a little bit of this black glaze here, and we're gonna stick this underneath so it looks like a nail bed. And then we're going to take some of this black glitter and we've got our finger. Isn't that great? Hello. Okay. Now I'm resting these here on this so they can dry. Yeah, you can also use one of the other glitters too, if you want to use some. Maybe the green, or you can use the purple. It's really up to you. You can kind of carte blanche your design. Use a whole package of pretzels, depending on the size of your party. If you want to do this with just enough to make for the amount of people you're serving, I don't know. I always like to make a few extras. People can take them home or whatever. They're really cute. You can, you know, sprinkle these sprinkles on it. Chocolate sprinkles work really well because they look like hair, so it looks like he has a hairy finger. And I did try using some black glitter as well, so you know, it's personal choice, whatever you want. But I like that, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of this black stuff on here to make a nail bed. We're going to stick our finger on, and we're going to let that dry. We're going to let these cool. And they're really cute. They're really cute. And you know, this frosting you can use for your Band-Aid project with a little box of inexpensive wafer cookies. So, you know, that's two treats that really don't cost very much. And you can get bags that fit over these at Joann or Michael's. I guess Joann's in financial trouble right now. Oh, that's too bad. I used to work for Joann a long, long time ago. Okay. Put that there. And we've got our finger. So put that right over here. So these are our fingers. Kind of neat. Delish, delish. And you know, I had several pretzels left over so I can have snacks. The next snack we're going to make is one that I think is one of my favorites for the holiday. It's called Werewolf Poop on a Stick. and I made the mistake of getting the super large marshmallows to make it. It works best with just the regular medium-sized marshmallows. If you get the super large ones, apparently they sop up too much of the chocolate and they weigh heavy on the stick and they start rolling down the stick. So you learn from experience here. I was thinking I was making big poops, but they're just, the medium ones are just fine. I could have made more and they wouldn't have fallen off of the stick. So here's my werewolf poop on a stick. Now this next treat is called Werewolf Poop on a Stick, and this is so much fun. You use large marshmallows or regular ones if you can't find the extra large. We have milk chocolate chips that we melt down, and then Rice Krispies, and it's really that simple. Some skewers to hold the marshmallows, and what we're going to do is just put that right in there. What you can do as a side thing, kind of fun, is you can take a knife and shape the marshmallows into a more poop shape so that they're not all like marshmallow shape. They could be poop shape. You can have a lot of fun with this. So what I do first is I do all the marshmallows first, and I think I have probably about 15 or 16 of them here. This is a really cute craft. It looks great. People love it. So I'll make some without and some with so you can see the difference. You can decide which one you like better. I don't personally know what werewolf poop looks like, but I certainly think this would be a really nice display. Let's see, let's just make, I'm just making it have a little different shape than marshmallow shape, so it looks a little more unique, I guess is the word. Unique, yeah. This is something the kids love to do. You need a little supervision because we got hot melted chocolate involved. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12. Marshmallows, and I'm going to take these and I'm going to heat them up in the microwave. Medium power for the first minute, and then I'm going to stir it and check it out along the way. Alrighty then, we have our melted chocolate here, and I have it in this little bowl, and we're going to pour these Rice Krispies into a bowl, and I'm going to fill it pretty full. Now I've tried this with ground nuts. I've tried it with sprinkles, and the best way that I have tried this has been with Rice Krispies. It just seems to work. So I'm just going to dip this in, and let that chocolate drip down. Okay. And we're just going to roll it right in here. And I tell you, you don't know what werewolf pulp looks like. That's pretty close probably, huh? Okay, put the next piece in. And I cover the bottom too. You can twirl it around in the container to try to get excess chocolate off. I'm gonna roll it right in there. And there's something about the texture of the Rice Krispies that really gives it a lot of authenticity, I guess is the word. So they're very festive looking and they taste good. They got a nice crunch to them. The idea and the sentiment is really cute, Halloween-y. So I totally recommend this little project, especially with younger kids. They'll love the idea that they're making werewolf poop. Okay, I'm gonna go and get some more chocolate. Be right back. Okay, so I have finished the last of them, and it took about a bag and a half of chocolate chips to do all of these. So I would highly recommend that you do with the regular marshmallows. You can make more of them, and they're not as, they don't take up all your chocolate. So I'm gonna put these in the freezer for probably about 10 minutes. Okay? And we'll be back at you. The next treat actually takes a little bit of doing. These are mummy cookies, and I just grabbed some of the plain old store-bought sugar cookie recipe, because with some of these things, they're really just, it's the novelty of it. It's not so much gourmet taste. When I get into my Christmas cookies, holiday cookies, I'm far more detailed about doing everything from scratch. But when I'm doing goofy things like this and everybody just wants ha-ha from it, I use mixes here and there. So these are the sugar cookies from Pillsbury. I just shaped them into the shapes of faces, and we used 2 layers of frosting. We used a layer of cream cheese frosting from the can, and then I drizzled melted white chocolate over it, and we used those little googly eyes to make the mummy face, and a little bit of the liquid gel frosting. I think you'll like these. These are mummy faces. Okay, our next project is actually involving sugar cookie dough, and we're going to melt down some white chocolate, and we're going to use these googly eyes. Now this is a set that came from, I think it was Joann's, and there's several different sizes of the googly eyes, and I think that's just a wonderful wonderful thing. I'm going to open that up now. Of this medium size. Well, we have the large size, and then we have the teeny tiny size. So I think this size down here will probably be the best one. So I'm going to get pairs of those set up in advance. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is read the directions on the baking, which it says 350 for 11 to 14 minutes. I think that depends on how thick you make them. Alright, normally I layer some wax paper or some parchment paper down, but it says a 1/2 inch slice, so we're going to do that. These are Hey, that's pretty good, huh? And I'm going to shape these like heads. I'm going to shape them a little bit. I should have done that probably beforehand. And I'm just going to put them down here. And again, I just make them oblong. Put these in the oven. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 12 minutes, and I'll be right back at you. Okay, so these have come out. They're much larger than I had thought, but we'll make them look okay. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to stick these little eyeballs in where we would think the face would be. Just going to do that to each one of them. Put them on here as soon as they cool. Now I do have parchment paper, so I can probably get a little ahead of the game now. There we go. That'll help them cool faster. I don't know what we did before parchment paper. So I'm just cutting these off. I'm cutting the edges off so that I create more of a people shape to the face. I'm letting them cool on the rack. Frosting will take care of any awkward edges. So now we are actually painting some frosting on this, leaving the eyes open, and we're painting frosting on. You just want to roughly, almost like you're doing bandages, you don't want it all even and smooth. So you can see what I'm doing here. And we will top it off with a layer of drizzled white chocolate so that it'll have more of an authentic feel. So you can see what he looks like. Let's do another one. This is a messy one. And again, I'm just using some inexpensive cream cheese frosting. Unlike my cookies, I don't mind my regular Christmas cookies, holiday cookies. I don't mind using canned frosting for projects like this because they're more novelty than an actual gourmet cookie experience. So I'm really you can be sloppy with this and it'll actually look better. Crisscross them. You remember what the Mummy movie was like. That poor guy, they cut out his tongue and then they wrapped him up in the stuff and then they put scarabs in the coffin and buried him alive. Boy, that was quite a movie. I remember Brendan Fraser was in it. I had such a crush on that dude. I still do. I think he's a great guy. And again, you know, you just don't have to be really neat with it. You just make sure you're covered on the edges like they would have done it if he was being mummified. And just set it down to dry. Okay, so our little fellas have come quite a long way. You can see I've added the frosting and I've added a little bit of that black liner to make their mouths. So they're really cute. I always keep a piece of parchment paper or wax paper down. So now we're going to kind of add a little touch of realism to this magical thing. And I'm going to melt down some white chocolate here in a bowl in the microwave. I'm going to go 50% power for about a minute. I'm going to stir it and then do it in 30-second increments until it's melted. We'll drizzle this over them and give them more of a realistic feel. Okay, I'm just going to tap a little bit here and there, just so it's a little bit of yellowness to it. I added a little bit of water to the white chocolate, and it made it very thin, but when it dries it'll thicken up a little bit. And this way they've got a little texture to them that they wouldn't have had. So you can see that that adds a little bit of texture. Okay, here are our finished mummies. Aren't they cute? The last treat that we're going to do today is spider brownie cupcakes. Now, it was an unusual thing to do. I took brownie mix and I decided to make cupcakes with it, and they actually took a lot longer to cook because they were thicker in the cupcake tins, so they took almost 30 minutes to cook. So don't go by the directions for regular cupcakes, because brownie mix is, I think it's a little denser and it works a little bit differently than regular cake mixes, so it does take a little bit more doing. But I think they came out really cute, and these are my spider cupcakes. This next treat is a whole lot of fun because we're going to be using chocolate Twizzlers, Reese's peanut butter cups, and we're going to be using those little googly eyes again. And we are going to be making spider cupcakes. And we're going to be using a brownie mix for that. So I thought the brownies would taste really good. I'm going to put them in cupcake papers, and then we're going to have the Twizzlers be the legs coming out, and we're going to put the Reese's peanut butter cup on the top and the googly eyes on top of the Reese's peanut butter cup. So it should be a really fun treat. I'm going to have to make the brownie mix and get them in the cupcake tins and cook them. I'm just going to cook it per directions. Now, it doesn't have anything about cupcakes, but I will be putting them in for 15 minutes and checking them with my toothpick to see if they're done. So we'll check this out. I haven't made them this way before. I've made them in the past in the pan and then cut them, but there was a lot of waste there because I wanted a round body, not a square one, and it wound up wasting a lot. Of course, it wasn't really wasted on me because I eat the leftovers, but I'm going to make round ones on purpose and see what happens there. Now we have some leftover chocolate from our last project, so we can do that to adhere the Reese's peanut butter cup to the brownies. May not need to use that. If they're still warm, I may put the Reese's cup on top and it'll fuse onto it. Alrighty then. I just made the batter for cake style brownies. Put in 3 eggs instead of 2. Alright, so I'm just going to use this little measuring cup. This is what, a 1/3 cup. And I'm just going to pour that into each one. And we'll see how far we get with a 1/3 cup, and if we have a lot of dough left, we'll go back and fill some more fuller. this. I know it's extra step, but I always think it helps it look better. All right, so there's our brownies. And of course, you always smash to get the air holes out. I'm going to put these in the oven, 350 for 15 minutes. While I'm waiting for them to bake, I think what I'm going to do is, what do you think, half or thirds? Let's start at half. I think half is going to be good. You can always cut them off later. So there's 6 for each one. I know spiders have 8 legs. If I have enough, I will make them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, it looks like one of them is not going to have 8 legs, but I'll eat that one. I'll take a hit for the team. So I am rushing, and let's see, I'm just going to put the eyeballs in. Well, I think these are all just a little bit long, so we're going to put these in, shorter ones. So we're going to have to change these to gremlins, I guess. Just putting the looks like I have to take all these and put them in half. So we have our little spider cupcake, kind of cute. And here are my happy little spiders. Aren't they cute? Those are brownies with Reese's peanut butter cups on top, and it was a little bit of spread chocolate and our eyeballs, and we have chocolate licorice, well, chocolate Twizzlers on the side. So I'm just going to refrigerate these for a little bit and we are all set. So I hope all of you have a wonderful Halloween, and of course the Sephora sale is still on. I know that I have an order coming in fairly soon. I also have some returns already that I have to bring back in the other direction. So hope all of you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Probably be somewhere midweek. I'll be talking about what I got at Sephora and my October faves and flops. Happy Halloween! Woo!